Here is Ontario Police that is gang stalking with the people. Federal prison. This is the fake sun that's WOODSIDE Senior Apartments, and it's on March 17th, remaining over what is Alvarado Gardens in Los Angeles. RGS is gang stalking, and the let me be clear, Corey Watson is going to federal prison 80548. That's the gang stalking police department. That's Linda Reyes, who's going to, they were all listening to what I was just dictating, narrating on my podcast. She's going to federal prison under the fake sun. She's walking in engineered light. She's monitoring with the Ontario police, and these are the psychopaths that are deriving pleasure while engaging in psychological torture inside of the apartment. All right, this is the fake sun. It's in the same position at 3:30 in the afternoon. It's at the same edge over apartment 41. That's a demon stalking with activity. And the Ontario police are gang stalking, just like they engaged in kidnapping on June 16th, 2022. Going to federal prison. 8R60522, he's going to federal prison. Good morning. Do you know where the manager is?
It's in the Bronx.
Oh, okay. Are you, oh, you're RGS, huh? You're RGS?
No. I'm just pretending.
That's Ontario International Airport, thank you. He's going to prison. And if he's not a natural born citizen, he's going to be deported. That's Southwest Airlines. They're not taking off from Terminal 2 or Terminal 4. And police were gang stalking by helicopter. That's audible activity under the fake sun, which, by the way, it's at this location over Unit 41 at 2:30, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the evening, right over this building. It is currently 10:44 in the morning, and it's also on this day remaining over me in Los Angeles. Linda Reyes is indeed going to federal prison. A gang stalking community manager equals the prosecution of AVANATH Capital Management. She's monitoring, stalking in the path. And she's stalking in the path while I'm inside of the apartment in engineer lights, swiping across the ceiling, swiping across the bedroom, the living room wall, like I stated. And the fake sun that you know is still here after 5 p.m. in alignment to me. They're all going to prison. Okay? The third-party male that's gang stalking by parking in a residence parking spot, stalking with noise by scraping the sidewalk. The Ontario police is flying over, as you can hear them. Again, Corey Watson and Hadel Shiapani, Officer Marcella, are none engaged in kidnapping on June 16, 2022, while they were engaged in this same exact pattern of conduct. All right, under the fake sun is where they engaged in kidnapping. That's the same city of Ontario using sirens. Federal prison, 41973W3. They're going to federal prison. All right, and this is the consequences for the lawlessness of the corrupt government that's gang stalking. P.O.C. They're going to prison. You already know the demons in units 33 through 64 are going to prison. They maintain presence around me and those apartment buildings while the demons sound sirens, while the demons sound helicopter activity, while the demons fly over the Ontario International Airport. There is no Terminal 2, what would be east of this apartment building. Southwest Airlines is a gang stalker. They were also gang stalking me under the fake sun in Los Angeles. I documented that at what is the Planet Fitness in LA off of Washington. Pay attention to that video. It's captured at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Daylight savings time, so that will be the same time that's captured. The entity is indeed gang stalking, and the Ontario International Airport is going to be shut down. The fake sun is in a position that it's never maintaining when I'm at Tracy Banks' front door. You also know that because it's remaining over me in this same manner in Los Angeles, California at Alvarado Gardens, where LAPD were gang stalking in the same manner that the Ontario International Airport is. All right, this is speaking to federal prison 41973W3. Operation of a communication device. All right, they're engaged in federal stalking. All right, the people of the state, let's get these license plates. 7NSY150. RGS is gang stalking. This is Vine Avenue. This is G Street. This is Crossing Path. They're monitoring as a whole city while the fake sun remains over Tracy Banks' apartment, not over this building. And it's not over what is the Ovid Family Community Library at the same time. It goes as I move. That's why it's over me in Los Angeles on this day. License 7WON118, 4LTC526, 5UCW330. Linda Reyes is going to federal prison. Okay? The fake sun is over me while I'm at her office. Just like it's over me while I walk by her at the dumpster. Just like the Ontario police are gang stalking when I walk by, and they're flying over the apartment under the fake sun that remains after 5 p.m. and is never in this position at Unit 51 where she is stalking under a fake sun. She's going to prison. And so is RGS. Hola.
Hola.
Yeah, he's going to prison. 7N98091 gang stalking. Yeah, these are the same ones that like pacing on the sidewalk under the fake sun, which is at Unit 51. When they're on their tractors in front of Tracy Banks' front door, they're gang stalking with Ontario police. I already told you that they're going to federal prison. They are. 7N98091 P.O.C. And they're gang stalking with the resident manager. AVANATH Capital Management is a corrupt third party, and their company's going to be civilly and criminally prosecuted. 9NJB782. So just want you to see. The fake sun is right here over me. You can see it reflecting off of this windshield. It's not over Unit 51, which is 1, 2, 3 buildings back. For you to see it on the windshield speaks to the fact that it is not advanced, which would be advanced in that direction. It would be over there and it wouldn't be reflecting off of this windshield of license plate 9NJB782. Stalking under a fake sun includes keeping it over me, and that's how you know who's being targeted. The City of Ontario. That was the City of Ontario sounding sirens, the City of Ontario stalking by helicopter, and the City of Ontario stalking in the path, which Paul Leon, again, is going to be removed from office. That's a method of stalking with light and audible noise. And when they're at G Street, inside of Tracy Banks' apartment, there is no amplification that's going to interrupt with quiet enjoyment. They're doing so as a gang stalking trash dumpsters. Trash dumpster males and females, because those are not men. They're demons. The City of Ontario is systematically gang stalking. P.O.C. And they're doing so to monitor. That's how you know what the City of Ontario is doing. Not anything that has to do with the authority of the state, the local government. They're gang stalking. Emptying the dumpster under the fake sun is P.O.C. Crossing a path, crossing a path. That's a state actor. That's the City of Ontario. There's sex offenders monitoring inside of apartment buildings as well. That's P.O.C. That's Impossible Light on the ground. They're monitoring. That's the City of Paul Leon is being removed from office. He's out of office. The police department is gang stalking, and they're demon possessed in the City of Ontario. That's P.O.C. And guess what? All these third parties that are not natural born citizens, they're going to be deported. That's RGS gang stalking with the Ontario police. Watch the fake sun go from one building over back toward where I'm at. It's not reflecting off of that third party's rear windshield if it's over Unit 51. The entity is never moving the fake sun from over me at Unit 51 when I remain inside of that unit. This is never the product of the sun being over me on the same day in Los Angeles at Alvarado Gardens. And it is a pattern of conduct to gang stalk me in helicopters just like LAPD was doing. That's light activity, relevant positioning. That's the City of Ontario gang stalking. Paul Leon is out of office. And if you'll recall, at 12:30 in the afternoon, the entity had the fake sun right over me at this same building when those sex offenders were gang stalking in the parking lot. And the demon that made a delivery, I went right over here and got him on video. That was at 12:30 in the afternoon. It is currently 10:50 a.m. where the City of Ontario is stalking under a fake sun. Stalking is demonstrated by the elements of monitoring. Audible activity by reversing. Light activity by the truck. Light activity by moving around in engineered light. This isn't sunlight. This is demonic, and it's the government engaging in that targeting system. Paul Leon is out of office. This entire apartment complex is gang stalking, engaging in a shared sex offense together. The entity is gang stalking with the people. That's which is the significance of the third party. Okay, that's P.O.C. And Linda Reyes is out here gang stalking with them. License plate, where the fake sun is setting. License MW804, handicap. This is pacing. I gotta reverse. I gotta move back in. I gotta reverse. They're monitoring. All in their vehicles monitoring. 9RUY822 under the fake sun. This is P.O.C. This whole property is gonna be prosecuted under the Violence Against Women Act. They're all losing their housing. They belong out of housing. They don't belong in having any sort of benefit for a government assistance to pay their rent like they currently are while they're gang stalking with the government. That's what the City of Ontario emptying the garbage represents. The City of Ontario gang stalking by helicopter represents. The City of Ontario gang stalking via sirens represents in that specific environment. Hola. Yeah, they're going to be deported if they're not natural born citizens. And the fake sun remains over me. That's how you're recognizing the targeting conduct. And they're going to prison. 8R60522, prison. They're going to prison. And watch the fake sun remain directly back over me as I walk back toward Tracy Banks' apartment, engaged in the pattern of conduct. This is the fake sun moving as I move. It does the same thing at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, and they're all engaging in a sex offense together. Good morning. Did that helicopter activity wake you up?
What?
Did you hear the helicopter? Is that why you're up? I would never see you up. Oh, that's good. Have a good one. That's P.O.C. That's P.O.C. And this is the engineered light that's speaking to the immediacy of the fake sun, not the product of sunlight from the sun. You also know that that's the case because this fake sun is still here, where the elderly are gang stalking with the government. That was the city of Ontario gang stalking by helicopter, gang stalking by the use of sirens, criminal summoning, and they're also engaged in gang stalking by the operations of the city. Coming and emptying the garbage under the fake sun is the P.O.C. All right, the entity is also doing that as a means of criminally interfering with quiet enjoyment, and these are old people pacing, monitoring. Under the fake sun, where they know exactly why it's there and that it is there and the purpose of it being here to maintain the elements of monitoring. And while you're looking at them, these are the same demons who are creating earthquake-like conduct, amplified booming inside of the units. What you also know is the P.O.C. as well. Gang stalking with the police, and you're understanding that threat. They're all going, that old lady on the walker, she's going to prison. She's going to prison. They're both going to prison. It is currently 10:53 a.m. This is P.O.C. The entity engaged in this pattern of conduct while I'm speaking to the sexual exploits of this third party. The defendant's apartment is prosecuting her. The defendant's apartment complex is prosecuting her and everybody else. The government's behavior, gang stalking, is prosecuting her and everybody else. And there is no sun that's in Los Angeles creating any sunlight through a peephole concentrated. Aiming into the depths of the apartment like it is right now onto the kitchen wall. There is no posture of the sun even being in Ontario, which you know that this isn't the sun. It's still here out of this same patio glass door at 5 p.m. All right, this is the entity that is stalking under the fake sun. You just watched RGS and AVANATH Capital Management, the people of the state, gang stalking as a city while they're pacing around on Vine and G Street, while even the city itself is engaging in the pattern of conduct under a fake sun that's remaining over me. This is how you're recognizing a population gang stalking. And while on my podcast, I'm speaking to the sexual exploits of the demon-possessed entity that's engaged in targeting and being recruited by witches like Tracy Banks, who has sex with those in my social circle, who would then now would like to demonstrate or suggest that they were ignorant about what they were participating in, especially while they were in Tracy Banks's bed. This is speaking to the specific environment where the city of Ontario is currently gang stalking right now. All right, that's not the product of the fake sun that's out. That's engineered light, creating the shadow of what is the plant. As you see it shooting through, this is what the aged demon on the walker is monitoring. And so is City of Ontario. Monitoring, and this is the maintenance of engineer light. They're walking around, driving around, emptying the trash, flying helicopter, and Southwest Airlines is gang stalked by commercial planes amongst impossible light activity, engineered light. And you know that the fake still stays here as an unpersuasive and unintelligent method of keeping an ornament in the sky so that you never question the nature of the environment, but you are clearly questioning it because that fake sun doesn't go anywhere. And secondly, you're supposed to be ignorant about the nature of that light. They're engaged in surveillance while they're all walking around, getting in their cars, holding landscaping tools, and the fake sun remains directly over me. It's very obvious with regard to the demonic pattern of conduct that's not very intelligent. It's not intelligent in its appearance or in their execution, and it's also very obvious. Paul Leon is out of office. He's a sex offender. And so are all of the gang stalkers working for the city of Ontario. And this is, again, what Corey Watson is engaging in on June 16, 2022, when they engaged in a kidnapping while they are engaging in what is criminal summoning, which is the entity that's gang stalking by helicopter. That's that same agency. They're all being disbanded. The police department is being disbanded. It's a terrorist organization, and they're violent sex offenders who just listen to what I said in this apartment, and the entity engages in the pattern of gang stalking by helicopter when they're triggered by what they're listening to me say. And you know that they're listening because that's not sunlight. You know that they're listening because that's not sunlight. You know that they're listening because this is not the sun that's still here, that just followed me to Vine Avenue, reflecting off of the windshield of a vehicle parked on G Street, reflecting off that rear windshield is not over Unit 51. Okay, and it's also remaining right over the same building at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 1:30 in the afternoon, 2:30 right here at the tree, lower elevation than the tree. Okay, 3:30 in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the evening, 5 o'clock in the evening. It's still right here in a relevant position as I capture it under this covered patio structure where it's so low that I can see it underneath the patio structure. And this fake sun, which is an ornament in the sky where the city of Ontario is routinely engaged in domestic terrorism with the people, that's what you just saw. It's the removal from Paul Leon from office. And also the entity that is maintaining engineering engineer light. There's my hand appearing on the ceiling. That has nothing to do with the fake sun here. This is nothing other than an ornament. It's demonic, and these are all demons. They're all demons, including the City of Ontario employees and the City of Ontario, the government actors themselves, unlike the Ontario police, whose helicopter activity is engagement in the elements of monitoring while they're engaging in a sex offense. They're criminally interfering with quiet enjoyment, and they are engaging in what is stalking in violation of the Violence Against Women Act with AVANATH Capital Management, whose manager and all their employees are gang stalking as well. It is currently 10:58 a.m. This is the P.O.C. You already know that the fake sun is right here at 5 p.m., creating engineer light in the same manner underneath this covered patio structure, where a whole apartment complex, which is speaking to a whole city, a state-operated program of psychological torture, interference with privacy, corporate invasion of privacy is what it is, while they're monitoring. That's a sex offense. All right, this is again what Tracy Banks is engaging in while she's pacing in and out of her apartment. That engineer light that you see coding on the door has nothing to do with what is the molestation of my person while she paces in and out of the front door like she did at 9:47 a.m. This is also not sunlight that's appearing on the inside of her apartment. All right, and it's rapidly moving. Before it was right here, you're seeing the concentrated light travel. This is demonic while the City of Ontario is engaging in the elements of monitoring, engaging in the sex offense, engaging in terrorism, while the documentation, the video evidence for the use of the federal government is in literally being captured in real time. They're all going to federal prison. Everybody under the fake sun, and I just documented RGS, who's going to federal prison. Now, not just for systematic and repeated engagement, but for gang stalking with the Ontario police, which I already documented before. They're going to prison, and they will be deported if they're not natural-born citizens. They're going to be deported after they sit in federal prison. You will serve your term in federal prison, and then you're going to be deported out of this country, and you're never coming back. There's no point in time where you can regain re-entry. No, you're out upon domestic terrorism. You're permanently out. In addition to that, you're looking at Linda Reyes, who's gang stalking under the fake sun that's remaining directly over me as I walk in that direction in the parking lot. The same parking lot that you saw that fake sun over me at 3:30 in the afternoon, in the exact same position over the same parking lot at the same venue, where you're looking at what is the same position where it is at 5 p.m. Right here, 5 p.m., where they're all pacing around under a fake sun that was over me in the same manner at 10 o'clock in the morning. All right, this is the P.O.C. It's currently, again, the current time is underway. It is currently 11 a.m. While the entity is very much in a frenzy based on the details that I'm revealing about the sex partners of this witch, Tracy Banks, who is a defendant in the federal case against the state of California, and in her apartment where the specific environment remains. You're going to juxtapose that with what's going on in Los Angeles on this day as well, and at this time of year, which is speaking to the pattern of conduct in the prosecution of this defendant and the state of California, the city of Ontario, the to-be disbanded Ontario Police Department, and you have multiple acts of the city of Ontario in this video, by the way. But I want you to be clear, when I'm capturing the specific environment, the facilitating venue, I'm capturing the city of Ontario. They're all in the parking lot pacing all around. They're in a frenzy based on what I just documented on the podcast, which I'm going to add this video to the podcast. So that means you've already heard what I stated. And this is the result following what I just stated inside of this apartment, which all of the entity is monitoring. They all listened to it, and they all just presented themselves with more time in federal prison, or have just acquainted themselves with federal prison as I documented them. It's already on the record what they will be subject to. It is currently 11:01 a.m. where this fake sun stays right here in the 600 square foot apartment. The fake sun that is here right now is still here. It's 12, 1, 2. I'm sorry, I started this video during the 10 a.m. hour. So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 hours later, the fake sun in this, what is a 600 square foot apartment, is still in alignment to me here, never deviating from this location unless I move. That's stalking with a fake sun. That's how I capture it in this 600 square foot apartment, from the front door to the patio glass door, which is a supernatural phenomenon, speaking to the identification of the terrorists who are gang stalking at Woodside. And all the employees are going to prison. All of the residents in units 33 through 64, and those that I just documented gang stalking with the Ontario PD, they're going to federal prison. The Ontario International Airport is a national security threat. You saw Southwest Airlines is a very well documented gang stalker, and they're gang stalking from the facilitating venue of the Ontario International Airport that has no Terminal 2 or Terminal 4, where they are hovering in the direction west over Woodside, doing so with the knowledge of what it is that I'm stating inside of this apartment. This is P.O.C. Can you put these away? All right, that does not create any sort of sunlight on my person, and that's pacing. All right, she is going to a mental asylum, and her mental illness is exhibited through the specific environment and her monitoring and the level of malice that is included. And she's monitoring with the Ontario Police Department. She's monitoring with all the demons pacing around, going to federal prison. All right, he's going to federal prison. Linda Reyes is going to federal prison. The Ontario International Airport is being shut down, and the Ontario Police Department is being disbanded. License plate 9HUZ740. She's doing the exact same thing that the rest of the demon possessed do, stalking in the path with flashing lights, and doing so under the fake sun. This is exactly what MARMMAK is doing at 3:30 in the afternoon, and the fake sun is in the same over the same exact property. This is Tracy Banks, a maniacal psychopath engaged in sexual activity with those in my social circle, recruiting third parties who are not innocent. They fully engaged in it because they thought that they were going to derive a benefit while they're gang stalking in the path with light under the fake sun. This is P.O.C. That malice is evidence of demon possession as well.